Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Marcus with Chiropractic. I'm here to talk about self-adjusting. So there's a lot of even videos out there about, is it okay to adjust yourself, or is it okay to use your hands to hear that popping and cracking sound yourself instead of a chiropractor? And so I'll walk you through what potential issues might arise when somebody does sometimes self-adjusting. And so the first thing I hear people say is, let's start top and bottom, all the way to the bottom. Top, a lot of times people are trying to twist and rotate their neck. Now, compared to when somebody is laying down on their back and their muscles are relaxed, we are now fighting against muscles. Muscles that keep our neck, of course, up. If we didn't have any muscles, our neck would just fall down. So the biggest concern is you are literally fighting against your own body. Also, another big thing is a lot of times people are contacting usually on the outside of their head, and then they're rotating their jaw, which, as you can see, there is no contact actually on the spine itself. So a lot of times we're not even knowing what we're shifting, and we could be shifting things out of place. I've had plenty of people come into my office and go, well, I kind of twisted wrong and I heard a pop. And now I can't turn my head to the left or turn my head to the right. And so we see that a lot, and I'm just like, okay, we need to make sure that we're not trying to self-adjust. There's a difference between self-adjusting and stretching. So stretching would be you're just slightly pressing maybe to the side, especially if you're feeling really stiff through there, almost like a stretch. And sometimes you'll hear a pop, or we call it basically some shifting. Sometimes you hear that little sound go through their ear candy, basically. But it's nothing to be super concerned about when you're stretching. But when you're actually forcing the adjustment or forcing it without contacting the spine, you're not being specific. You're not shifting things in certain areas. You're not properly signaling nerves the way that you're supposed to be signaling. And a lot of times it's a habitual thing, or it's a thing that is repetitively done, like every 15 minutes or half hour, like when people crack their fingers and everything like that. So my biggest thing is, I always say, try to stay away from that. A lot of times what you'll also see people do is try to crack their backs. A lot of times flexion, they're getting into this kind of huddled position. They're trying to extend and keep forcing extension. Well, again, you're forcing it against a body's movement. And an easier way to do that, an easier way to get some mobilization through there, is to lay on a foam roller. If you lay on a, basically, I think it's concave, convex, whatever kind of surface that is, a rounded surface, and you lay on it, you're able to get the spine to kind of fold over the foam roller, and that's a much better way to, of course, do that when you're relaxed, when you're not just getting done with a workout in the middle of a workout. You're completely relaxed and you're just falling into it. I also like to do that when I'm covering my arms like this. You're kind of giving yourself a hug. So one arm, of course, goes around, the other goes underneath. So nothing like this, like this. You're opening up the shoulders and you're allowing movement to go through. Also, what you'll see people doing is a lot of times twisting and forcing. If you're seeing that a lot of times and people go, well, that's the same as getting adjusted. No, a lot of times when you're getting adjusted, that person is putting their hand right on that hip joint and they're dropping with body weight, compared to if you're just trying to twist and force. In fact, a lot of injuries with low back happens with twisting. So if you're twisting and you're putting a lot of pressure onto that joint, onto that disc, you can see how that would potentially cause some issues through there. So my biggest thing is, I always say, don't try to self-adjust. Try to relax and stretch through some of those areas. And sometimes you'll get some movement through there and sometimes not. Just getting some mobilization through there. A lot of times we'll use therapy tools as well to work through some of those muscles, so then it's easier for you to get adjusted. My biggest thing is if you're having a hard time getting adjusted, or if you're somebody that's super stiff, my biggest thing is, well, why don't you do some certain steps to make it easier, or for your body to stabilize longer? I always have people go, well, why do I have to come in once a week? Or why do I have to come in once every other week? And it's like, well, you could come in less if you were able to mobilize a little bit better, or if you were able to do things on your own. But world is busy, life is busy, I understand that, and that's why a lot of times people just unfortunately don't do that. So this is Marcus with Summit Chiropractic. If you have any questions, please comment them below and I'll be able to answer them. And subscribe if you want to hear more about our videos. We'll be doing a lot more adjustment videos, probably rehab video, all sorts of different videos through here, probably some reaction videos as well. So if you have any questions, please comment them below and please subscribe. I hope you liked some of the videos so far. We have plenty more to go. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. All right. Take care. Bye.